Hey friends, welcome to the channel. There are two things you can do to improve the quality of your YouTube videos. The first of those is to improve your audio quality. The second would be improving your lighting. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how I made some DIY tube lights to work on my accent lighting for my YouTube studio. Some simple lighting for your studio can help you go from this to this. Let's get into it. So a while back I was looking for how I could improve my lighting in my YouTube studio, and I came across Tubelights. I saw a YouTuber who had some really nice lighting that I really liked and walked through the way she had set it up, but the lights were crazy expensive, like $200 to $300 per tube light. The DIY side of me took that as a challenge to see if I could get the same desired background effect, but on a much simpler budget. So in this video, I'm going to make tube lights like this. So during my research on how to make a tube light, I came across another YouTuber who had done something similarly. He had a lot of soldering involved with creating his lights that I really didn't want to deal with. One additional feature that I wanted with my lights is the ability to connect them to my Wi-Fi so that I could control them with my Google Assistant. So starting off, you take your wooden dowel and slowly wrap your strip of LED lights around it. In this case, I am going with the TP-Link Kasa Smart Light Strip Multicolor. These light strips allow me the ability to control different sections of the light and put different colors on them, and they had plenty of effects as well that I thought were kind of nice. As I was wrapping the light strip around the wooden dowel, I tried to keep the light strip as close as possible to its edge. It took maybe a rotation or two to get that right angle so that the strip just kept staying right in line with itself. Once you're done wrapping your light strip around the dowel, cut your dowel to length. At that point I put some super glue around both of the ends of the LED light strip and the dowel, and I put some blue painter's tape around that to hold it in place until the glue dried. And that really helps make a secure bond between the wood and the LED light strip so that it doesn't peel off in the future. Then slide your acrylic tube over the dowel. At that point I drilled a hole in both ends of the dowel so that I could put a 1.5 inch screw and the tube cap on. That helps hold the dowel in the center of the acrylic tube so that it's not bouncing around in there or leaning on one side or the other. At that point, I cut a small hole on the end of the tube where my connector plugs in, as the smart lights that I chose are wired and are going to be plugged in all the time. And there you have it. Now just figure out how you want to affix your tube lights so that you can use them in the space that you have. One of my tube lights I actually zip tied to one of my tripods, and it is on the boom so that I could move that around. If I wanted it to be another light source behind my camera here, I could move it there as well, and I could add some different effects that way. One undesired effect that I got with the tube lights that I made is a bit of a pixeling effect. I think this comes from the spacing of the LEDs on the strip and that they're a few inches apart. Some other LED strips have lights that are actually placed a lot closer, so I think that would reduce the pixeling effect if you go that route. There are a variety of effects that you can use with these lights. There's Aurora, Bubbling Cauldron, Candy Cane, Christmas, Flicker, Grandma's Christmas Lights, Hanukkah, Haunted Mansion, Rainbow, Spring, Oceans, Icicles, Lightning. I'm sure there are going to be more effects that are added at a later date. I would say any moving effect like I have going on right now, I would stay away from while you are shooting videos, because when you are doing post and you're cutting things, the images aren't going to line up nicely with the change in the background. So when you're filming, I would use a static color set. I would save different effects like this for something else, or if you're using the actual LED light strip for something else in your house. My reflection on the project is that this was actually a pretty easy project to do. Took maybe just a couple of evenings once the kids got down. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this a 3. The most difficult thing was just gluing down those ends of the smart light strip to keep it in place, and then cutting that little hole and the end of the cap to feed the wires out. Not that that was difficult, but I wanted it to look pretty clean, so I took a decent amount of time doing that. Lastly, again, I am not someone who's going to be filming a lot with nice accent lighting on the go. If that was the case, I would have looked for a battery option. Most of the time, if I'm going to be filming outside or on the go, I'm not doing anything special with lighting. I'm just going to use natural light at that point. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave any comments you have below. I love hearing from you. I'd also really appreciate a subscribe. Take care. I'll see you next time.